Welcome back to Learning Partner. In this video, we are going to see how we achieve the role-based login with different menus, right? So with role-based means, let's say if we log in with the admin role, we get to see some different menus in the navbar. If we log in with some different role, we get to see some different menus, which he is allowed to see, right? So let me show you the basic project. So as you can see in the pages, I have certain components. In the booking, I have two. In the client, I have two. Dashboard in the single component I have, in admin login component, in master again I have some. Now if I show you the routing file, so you can see these are the menus I have, right? So if you can see this particular component, that is client, it is only accessible to the admin role. Then users, this component is accessible to admin plus client also. Then client packages, this component is only accessible to admin plus packages also. Then dashboard, it is accessible to admin and client also. Then rooms and the booking, these are the two components which are accessible only to clients. So this, if logged in user is having role admin, he should see some of the menus. If logged in user is having role client, he should see some other menus, right? So I have a admin layout component. After login, this will be my parent component. So here we will be keeping our navbar. So I'm not going to cover the login part. So we will just focus on the navbar now. So navbar, let's copy paste the center one. It will go over here. Let me remove this. So as let me show you the app.html. So here I have just have the routing file, and with this routing, default page will be login. So after login, it will redirect to somewhere else, and then this will be my parent component for that. Then if the router outlet will be again in my navbar in this particular container div, right? So let me just remove this. Now this is going to be dynamic. So I will just keep this as it is. So BG, instead of light, it will be dark. And to the link, we will add text white class. So it will look white on the black. Let's save. And after login, let me just show you the code, basic code. I have already one API integrated. Let me show you the So these are the users I have. So let's say if I log in with this admin and 1234, I will get the role admin. And if I log in with this role, I will get the role as a client. Okay. So this is the API which is going to validate the user. Now, what I will do, once we do the login, we just need to store the result into local storage, right? So for that local storage dot set item, my key will be local user data, and since we are going to get the object, so we need to stringify that. So JSON dot stringify result dot data. This is where we get the data. I'm going to store it. That's it. Then we are going to navigate to admin dashboard. So let me create a route for that. We just need one more route for the admin dashboard. Okay. Now that will be a parent component. So for that, a slight change will be there. So path will be empty and component will be admin layout component. And for this, remaining will be children's. Because unless we are logged in, this app component will be our parent component. But once we are logged in, this will be our parent component, because here we will have the navbar. Let me just format. So you can see routing will look like this. These are the paths which will be accessible without the routing. And these are the paths after the login, right? So after the login, we are going to navigate to at least dashboard. So here it will be dashboard. Let me copy paste this. Let me remove this. Check. Let's save it. So first we are going to check like if it is navigating to dashboard or not. So admin 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me open the network tab so that you can see the API call going on. Okay, on click of sign, you can see we have got the object here and that we are sending to the API call. See, in the result, we are getting the data. In data, you can see the role, that is admin. So continue. Yeah, so you can see it is navigating successfully, but I think it is not applying the bootstrap classes. Yes, so for that we need to add the bootstrap URL. So for now, I'm just adding it to my index.html. Currently, I have not installed the bootstrap here, so I am just adding the link for this. Okay, so you can see proper navbar is there with one link, right? So now what we need to do, once the user is logged in, we need to show the menus also, right? So for that, we are creating a array of menus. So in core folder, I have a constant, right? Here I will create a array of object that will be nothing but our menus. So this will be object, then path, then text we are going to need, like what text we have to display, and roles. It will be array of string. So as you can see, let me just close this. Let me just open it right side. Yeah. So what we need to do, we just need to create the array of all the routes I am going to have. So first is the clients. So path will be clients and text will be client. Text will be nothing what we are going to show in the link. Then roles. So as you can see here, client page is only accessible to the admin. So let's see what role actual value we are getting from the API. So local user data. This is capital admins. So let's store this and put it over here. So this is one role. It is array of string, right? So this is one object. Like this, we have to create all the objects. Now copy and paste it. Now second thing is users. So in path, it will go to user and here it will be users. Okay. Now user page will be accessible to client plus admin also, right? So let me just log in back with another client user. So that is TCS Pune. I've just given one name. Then password is 112233. Okay. So let's click on sign in, API call. Then in result, you can see in the data, we have got client admin. This is the another role. So this will go over here. So you can see user page will have access to both the role, admin and the client. So like this, we need to create. Copy paste it. Third is package. Package is only available for the admin. So let's just remove this. Like this, you need to create all the menus. Like this is just a scenario what I'm taking. Your scenario can be anything, right? Client hyphen package. Then this is also available to admin only. Okay. Next thing, let me just copy paste. This is dashboard. Dashboard is available to admin plus client also. So let's just copy this and put it over here. One more thing. Then rooms. Now this rooms is only available for the client. So let's just remove the admin. Let's copy paste this. Next thing is booking. Booking is also available only to client, right? Client rooms, or let's just make it rooms only. We don't need the client word. This is room booking, right? So we have created the array where we have particular array of object with some of the values and where roles is like this particular page is having to which roles, right? So now we have the role here. So we just need to read that roles in the admin component, admin layout component in .ts. So first thing is right. I need to read the roles, right? So routes or menus. Let's say menus. These are nothing but menus. Colon any is equal to empty. Let's write a constructor. Now inside constructor, we will be reading the value from the constant. So for that, this dot menu is equal to, let's try to read the constant value that will be coming from booking constant. So booking constant, we need the import for that. Let's add it. Booking constant dot, then if, okay, why didn't we get that? Menus, let's save it again. Okay, I added the wrong constant. It is from old SRC. Let me add the import again. This will be from SRC core and constant. Now, if we press, you can see menus, right? So in the menus, let's just add S. So in the menus, we are reading the data from the constant. Now, according to the role, when we are doing the login, we are storing everything what we are getting from the API side into local storage. See here. Now we just need to read it back in the admin where we are going to show the menu, right? So roles, this is going to be string array. Sorry, single string, because one user is going to have only one role. Then we need to read the local storage value. So here const user data is equal to local storage dot get item, and we need to pass just the key to read the data. So now while storing, we have stored the data into string format. So we just need to convert it back to the object. So for that, I'm just adding an additional check, like if it is not null, then constant parse object is equal to JSON dot parse. This is just the reverse thing. While storing the data, we have converted it to stringify. Now we are converting back to the object. Then we have to this in this dot role. It's not roles, it's just a singular. So role is equal to parse object dot role, right? So let's just add a debugger and see if it is working fine or not. So what, we haven't done the dynamic menu till yet. We are just making the things ready. So currently we are in the admin layout component. Currently this dot menu is empty, but when we read it from the constant, you can see we have got the menus, right? Then in the local storage is not null, we are passing it. So in the parse object role, we have got client admin that is getting stored into the this dot role, right? So we have the menu and we have the role also, logged in role. Now we just need to filter the menus, right? So let me just format it. So what we need to do in the constructor itself, after reading the role, what we can write, we can just filter. We have to create one more variable that is going to store the filtered menu. Filtered menu, colon any, square bracket, right? So what we need to do, first we need to use the for loop on the actual menus. So this dot menus, here we need to write the for loop. So let's just write for each, and for each will be on this dot menu. That is the original what we have read from the constant. Right. Then let's just add the data type to a element. So from Angular 15, it is getting mandatory to provide data type to all the parameters and wherever you are using the for loop instance. Now here what we need to check, like for whatever the for loop instance menu we are having, we just need to write a check like if role is present on that menu or not. Is role. present is equal to, now element dot dot, so element will be nothing but the roles, right? In particular object we have the roles attribute, so element dot roles dot sum, then role colon any, so okay, so with sum it won't work, we just need to use the find, role dot find roles, that is role dot, it's a string array, so equal to this dot role, the logged in user, right? So whatever the element we are using the for loop, inside that roles, if we have the admin or the whatever the role we have got in this role, so we can add just to check if is role present is not equal to undefined, means if the particular role is present in that menu roles, then we are going to push the particular element into filtered menus. So here it will be this dot filter menu dot push, and we have to pass current menu, that is element. So that's it. So here we are just filtering the menu according to the rules. So let's just check this one more time. So let's just add a debugger over here, continue. So now pay attention. So we are using the for loop on the actual menus. Continue. Now if you see current role is client and it is having just the role admin. And in this dot role we have the client admin. So element dot roles dot find where role is equal to this. So obviously we are not going to find it. So it will be undefined. So it won't go inside. Then next, now element dot role is, it is having both, right? So it should get the roles. Yeah, so see it is present or it is not undefined, so it will go inside, and in filter menu now it is going to push that particular menu. Like this it is going to use all the loops. Let's just add a debugger. Now in filtered menu you can see these are the roles which are supported for the client admin, only 3 rows. Now we are just going to use the for loop on the HTML part, on the li item. So star ngFor let menu of filtered menu, and we have to use property binding, that is router link. So menu dot route path, and here we have to print the text that will be using interpolation. So menu dot our text. So let's save and check. Let me just disable the debugger. So you can see currently we have got user, client package, rooms, and room bookings. 4 menus we have got because we have logged in with admin client. Let's just add a role also somewhere. So after this UL or here, let's just print the role log in role, and here it will be the variable where we have stored the role, that is role. We will just print it out over here. So you can see current role is client admin. So you get to see these 4 menus. Now if we log out, currently we don't have the logout button, but just let's re-log in again. Next is admin 1 2 3 4. Let's sign in, continue. Right, debugger is there. I have disabled it, still debugger is there. Yeah. So you can see for client role admin, we get to see client, user. We don't have that room and everything. So this is nothing but the dynamic menu. So you can see for admin role, we get client user package and client package. We don't see that room booking and the room booking, right? So this is how we create dynamic menus according to the roles. So the logic is just simply you have to create a array where you have the roles along with the path, right? So like this user link was accessible to both admin and the client. So it is accessible to the users also here also and the client login also. Let's just open this in a separate browser. There we can see with the admin client admin. So that is TCS Pune 112233 login. Let me try it 112233. Yeah. So see, this is for client admin. So we get to see user menu, client package, rooms, and the room booking. But if you see the other browser with the admin role, you get to see client, user package, client package, and the client package. It is repeating. Let's see from the constant, I think. Why it is repeating? Okay, for dashboard also we have the same text. That's why it was repeating. Yeah, okay. So client, user, then again, if you need to sort it out, you can just put it menus in that fashion, or you can have the sort order also or anything. Then again, you need to write the extra code. So simple logic is you just need to create an array with your route, then text and the rules. It is going to be string of array because you are going to have multiple roles. If you have particular page which is going to be displayed for the multiple rows, so you need the array of string to hold the rules. Then in the layout page, means wherever you are showing the menus, you just need to first call the menus from the constant, then read the local storage or any session storage wherever you are storing the logged in role. Then you just need to use the for each loop, and from the roles you just need to find filter if it is that particular role is present in that roles array or not. If it is present, you just need to filter it to the another array. So you can see we have created two array. This is one of the complex. You cannot filter it from menus and store into menus only. So you need a separate variable which will be holding menus according to the roles, and that we are using in the for loop. And using property binding, you are adding it. That's it. So hope this video finds you helpful. Please do like and subscribe. Next video I will be coming with a mini project which will be covering this main project only, that will be room booking. It's again a mini project with the API integration and everything. Till then, please do subscribe.